In today's study, we find out that Jesus empties part of hell. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 7. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Christ. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, when Jesus ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. There you go. Verse 8 says, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive. These people were captive in Abraham's bosom, or in paradise. They were in the heart of the earth. They were being comforted, but they were held captive. They could not go to the Father in heaven because the blood sacrifice had not been paid. Their sins could not be removed until Jesus Christ finished the payment of their sins. Matthew chapter 27, verse 51. And behold, this is when Jesus died. In verse 51, and behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain. Remember, that veil is what kept people from going in to the Holy of Holies where God was. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks rent, and the graves were opened. And many bodies of the saints which slept arose and came out of the graves after his resurrection, and went into the holy city and appeared unto many. So the bodies of the saints which slept, so that's all the Old Testament saints. The bodies of those saints that slept arose and came out of their graves after the resurrection, and they went into the city and appeared unto many. They have been freed. In Ephesians, it says he led captivity captive. He freed them from captivity. They have arose out of the graves. Now they go and appear unto many. Moses, Noah, Abraham, walking the streets, appearing unto people. We talked about it briefly, but when Jesus first met Mary, after he rose again, he said, touch me not. And then 8 verses, I think it's 8 verses later, he appears to the disciples. He appears to the disciples in a house with all the doors locked and everything closed up. He appears. But when Thomas was doubting, and he tells Thomas, he says, touch me. And when you first read it, you're like, why is he not letting Mary touch him? But why now is he letting Thomas touch him? Well, something has taken place. And I really think it's just like in Leviticus 16, when the blood sacrifice has been placed. I think, now I may be wrong, it's an opinion, but I think Jesus had ascended in between when he told Mary, I have not yet ascended to my Father, and the time that he appeared to Thomas. I think he had ascended up, placed that blood sacrifice, or that blood sacrifice was accepted. I don't know the details there, but something has happened, and now he has come back after he's already ascended. And now people can touch him. He will not be tainted, shall we say, with sinful man. You can read into that whatever you want. I'm not going to be dogmatic about it because there's not a lot of scripture on it. But there's something that's happened there. And maybe it's something you can study on your own.